All right, here we are, day 3, week
All right.
2. It's been a powerful day, and I've got some good stuff to share. It's amazing what happens when you commit to something. Um, when you really make what I find is when I really make a decision and commit to something, then life can start to give me
Hmm.
what I've been lacking. It can start to give me the support that I need. But until I actually commit, it's like those important pieces are missing, right? Like you and I meeting each other for this project. If I never decided to actually do this, we probably never would have met.
Yeah. And it's the same on both sides, right? Like I was going through my program studying gamification and learning, and this has focused my attention. To be honest, before I was interested in game mechanics, but more in the development of augmented reality platforms. And then when I started thinking about instead of augmenting reality by adding digital elements to the real world, but go the other way around. Augment reality by adding quests to the real world, by adding storyline elements. It's still a form of augmented reality, but it's more like a enhanced reality, I guess. So it's really
Hmm.
interesting. We both focused each other's attention in this kind of
Yeah,
new middle ground.
absolutely. Before this, these were all just ideas in my head, and it's amazing to see them taking shape. And yeah, and also the insights and the growth that are coming along with unlocking this quest, and putting it together into an actual quest for people. So you asked me before this call, what did I learn today? I had a powerful day. I learned that the most important thing in my life is to be myself. That's actually all that matters. Um, and that might sound selfish, and it is. Life is going to test us, to find our truth,
Mm.
and it's the dragons. It's like we're going to face these challenges to find our truth, and it's not always going to be what we should do or what society says we should do or what our parents said we should do or what we even think we should do. It's only going to be what is true for us, and sometimes it's a total paradox to what we've thought all along, if that makes any sense. So
Yeah, I think the world will give us a lot of surprises, and that facing our dragons is something we might have to do to create this facing dragons game. This physician Hilo.
I think we already are. I
Yeah,
am. That's for sure. Are you?
absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I hope I don't have to face too many dragons, but I'll at least have to come face to face with a lot of these ideas and tackle them on a personal level in order to be able to make the experience honest. We're honest here. We're not making something because we want to make the next top 10 app. We're actually trying to empower the lives of young adults, making the passage to adulthood. And that requires some honest, deep struggle consideration with what challenges they're facing, how we might have overcome or not overcome our own version of those, and some tools that some smarter people than us have thought about to overcome them as well.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I also noticed that, at this point in this part of this journey of creating this Facing Dragons quest, that things are being unlocked in me so that I can create what needs to be created for the people who are going to play this. And I said, most important thing is to be myself. Um, but in order to be myself, I have to have a way to identify what that is, because there's so many possibilities. It isn't just being myself, it's about being what's true for me. And one of the things we'll be teaching in the quest, I've developed 5 purpose codes, so 5 ways to understand and unlock one's purpose. One of those is called inner guidance, or an inner GPS, a guiding purpose system that we all have built within us. And literally our body will tell us yes or no, true or untrue, or true or not aligned with our truth. And I've used this with a few hundred coaching clients. some very high level clients. And what I found is that everyone has this. I thought I was special when I first discovered this. I am special. So are you. So are we all. But it wasn't unique to me. It's something that's built into each of us. And our body will literally give us the answer. Is this true or not aligned with my truth? Yes or no? Do I make this decision, or this decision? Your body will tell you as you learn to listen and hear. So being myself, in order to identify what that is, this is very philosophical. This is the core. If you're looking for motivation and drive in your life, this is it. You must know who you really are and why you're really here. And why you're really here is to be who you really are. That's what will give, at least for me, I'll speak for myself, the drive that I need to do what I'm here to do. And to do what I'm here to do is only a result of who I'm here to be. The doing is a result of who I'm being.
And I think we can add an element of like social responsibility to that as well. There's layers of being our present best self will allow us to help others, which is super important. Being our present best self will gives us a sense of stewardship over the world at large. And I think a lot of people, culture in general, culture moves in a really asympathetic way to nature. Culture destroys nature as a matter of progress. And I think that's because of this personal accountability. We lose it over time, and we lose it in groups. We lose it in crowds. And we can lose it ourselves too. So I think we need to be personally accountable. We need to be personally present. And I would love for a game to be able to help people struggle with these questions. Even if you just struggle with the question, who the hell am I? Where am I going? And what am I doing? And why am I trying to go there? That's a great thing to do on a Friday morning before you head to work with your coffee.
Absolutely. I love it. What was one thing that you got today, Dov?
I started reading The Alchemist at the urging of a very wise man who's come into Brodie's life.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have the language to be able to discuss it with you, because Brodie was actually given a quest to read this book once a week. And I'm like, okay, well, if somebody who knows what they're doing says somebody who I trust is also on a good path should read this book every week, I should at least read it. It made me think about your personal legend. And personal legend as a keyword just brings to mind so many things that you could design around. But I would love to have the core of your character sheet, your personal progress, not public, but private to you. Document your personal legend, which is your course through this game so far, and what your past big successes have been and your big challenges have been, just in a short little narrative sentence that updates as you go through the quest. Like it would say, for example, so-and-so has overcome these things in these ways and is now working on their relationship. Their current quest is X, and that X quest is whatever relationship quest they're currently on. Their goal is blah, blah, blah. And it's just like a little statement about it's like past and future, present and future, present, past self. Is that it? Past and present self story kind of thing, comparing your past to your present self. Who I was then and versus who I am now, that kind of statement.
Yeah, who I've been being up until now.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Like a good snapshot of this sort of like, hey, look at what I've been doing and look what I want to do, which is goals. And just automatically generated based on your progress through the quest, I think would be a cool thing as your personal legend. And you could just look at that whenever you look at your little life map that shows you how far you've progressed down each of these quest lines. You also see this your personal legend sort of growing as you're doing this.
Totally. Yeah. One of the reasons for the dragons is we all face resistance and challenge in our life. And so we want to gamify that. We want to, and the other part of that is so many people go around, and myself included, a lot of my life, go around avoiding the problems and the challenges and hoping for the easy path, looking for pleasure. And the dragons aren't the most pleasurable beasts, right? Because life isn't always the most pleasurable beasts. Some of the people that I'm learning from, they don't take the path of least resistance. They take the path of, well, the path of truth, path of most resistance, oftentimes, because that's where the growth is. So if you want what you don't have now, wouldn't it make sense that something would need to change and you would need to grow to be able to unlock what you don't have now?
That's really interesting to me, considering the fact that we've just defined like sort of what's important in life as being present and happy with the current moment, yet still choosing to take the path of high resistance. I'm not going to say most resistance, because you could always just try to go straight up and that's never going to happen. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a really hard path, right? So you're looking at a fork in the road, and there's birds and there's sun, and it looks like there's a water fountain down there a bit, and it's paved. And the other side, there's a dark, overgrown jungle, and you think you see, maybe a wolf walking by in there. But you choose to go that way anyway because it looks more fun. But you're still happy with yourself in your present moment. There's something there. Why are happy present people willing to struggle? And that's like grit, determination, perseverance. But I think it's because of goals. Their present moment is so goal filled. They're so vision focused that they're willing to struggle because of some ideal.
It's possible. I think as well that we're actually always going for comfort, but in order to get to comfort, we need to get uncomfortable. Just think about it. Like if you sit on the couch, it's a very, very comfortable place, right? One of the most comfortable places. But if you sit on the couch all day, every day, what happens?
Mm-hmm.
You get severely uncomfortable. So you got to change it up. And what it ends up being, there's a pattern in life that you want to be comfortable, then you have to be willing to get out of your comfort zone to get there.
Why are really actualized people? Like it's a serious question of mine, not like posed just because I want to hear the right answer that I'm already thinking of. But I actually don't know why really happy people choose to do such difficult things. Are the difficult things what are making them happy, or are they just happy people and therefore choose hard thing? You know what I mean? Horse carriage, horse cart kind of situation.
Yeah. Can I share a story?
Oh yeah.
That would be my most present answer for that. So this morning I'm on the treadmill. I've been getting on the treadmill recently. Never ran on a treadmill before this trip to the coast. And I absolutely love it. And today I decided I was going to do a 15-minute warm-up, and I was going to push myself and set a new personal best for that time. And, it didn't take long for my thinking to start saying, you should stop. Why don't you just, I'd set out to do 15-minute warm-up. And my thinking was saying, you should stop. You're getting tired. You don't have to do that. Why don't you just do 5 minutes? You might, it'll give you more time to work out. And then, so that's our thinking, right? And it's amazing how much we don't notice how we're constantly getting in our own way.
Mm-hmm.
And until 10 minutes hit, and I'm soaked with sweat, and I'm pushing, and then my thinking says, you're tired, you should quit, you've done enough. But it was, you're tired, your legs are sore, is what my thinking said. And I realized, I checked with myself, I'm not actually tired. I'm not even huffing and puffing. Sure, I'm sweating, but and my legs aren't even sore. Like, it's total BS. And that was when I made a flip, and I realized that all my, not all, but 99.9% of my adult and teen life, my thinking has been leading. And it's not designed to lead. And the only reason it's leading is because the true leader hasn't been present, which is me, myself. Well, actually, it's not myself. It's my consciousness. I am consciousness before I put any labels on it. And in that moment on the treadmill, I was able to be that witness, that consciousness, watching my thinking and make a decision that I'm doing the freaking 15 minutes. Like, I'm not tired. I'm not sore. I'm going to do this. And the moment I showed up and led, my thinking was completely at peace and silent from that point forward.
Yeah, intention is super powerful.
So why are happy people happy?
Yeah.
What I've found is oftentimes the happiest people are the ones who have been through the most pain, the most, who have made it through resistance. We don't all make it through. Some of us, we don't all make it through to being a happy person, because life is full of pain. But some of us, there's a tipping point where it becomes so painful that we realize, this is not who I am. This is not the truth. My legs aren't actually tired. I'm not out of breath. Wait a second, that's not even true. What is the truth? The truth is that that's not even me. That's my thinking. And when we do that, we're free.
So I hear some interesting themes as it might relate to the next steps in the quest as well. In
Right.
that the connection between body and intention is generally unexplored by a lot of people. That you are your body, but you're also your thoughts. But that over all of that, there is this layer of like I, which is the representation of your intention, your body, your thoughts, your direction in life, and sort of what's happening to you. And these need to be in line with each other for you to be successful.
Well, your I needs to be present, is what
Yeah,
I'm seeing.
present.
And when we believe we are our body and we believe we are our thoughts, then we're afraid of death, which means we're afraid of living. And when we believe our thoughts, we're living. So much of life is resistance, because our thinking is in resistance, because it's not meant to be leading. When the I is present, there are no problems. There
So
is no resistance.
philosophical today.
Very.
But
It's
as
been
a
a powerful 24 hours.
yeah, and it's good. And we'll use these lessons that we encounter throughout the progress. And I think that's kind of the point of this checkup today,
Yeah.
is that we're showing we're having to grapple with existential philosophical questions in order to really begin to start editing and start incorporating the things that actually matter into the process.
Yeah. And it's not just that we're in philosophical land. Like, I had a series of one-on-one coaching calls today with real people. One of them called me and said, Brodie, I started drinking again. I didn't drink for 15 years. And there was a whole bunch of ramifications that came out of that.
Mm-hmm.
In 27 minutes, we were able to get him back into a clear, liberated, free place. Another hour later, another guy calls, Brodie, I just found out my atrial fibrillation is back. I can't do my workouts. I can't do my MMA. I can't do this. I'm afraid of dying. In 30 minutes, we had him back on track. Like, this is not just a game. It is. It is.
I mean, the whole concept of just a game is what we need to throw out.
Yeah.
It is a game.
It is a game. Good one. Yeah.
Yeah. It
so
is.
Here we are. We're in it.
Yeah. It's a game, but it's a game that is actively helping. And that's the entire point.
Yeah. Beautiful. Glad to be here with you, Dove, doing this, and grateful for anyone who's following the journey.
Yeah, and if you've made it through all of our videos up to this point, I'd like to buy you a coffee because I probably know you. So just reach out and we'll do it.
All right, same. Sounds good. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.